we've heard that 2015 has been a very busy year for you. Can you share your year with us?
Yeah, most people know by now, but after a lot of deliberation and 1 year in the making, with from beginning to end, almost a full year I should say, I did sell the wireless business and the wireless RX business. The wireless business being 70 stores and 330 plus employees. It was an incredible challenge, and I must say, emotionally, for me at 42 years old, it was one heck of a roller coaster, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, and it's something that I'm going to think about for the rest of my life. It allowed me to reflect on my entire life, day after day, and again share a lot of tears with my family, and then a lot of joy thinking about what it took to build a business like this and what the meaning of the sale of the business meant.
What message do you have for your current employees at Wireless, Shawn?
That's a great question, and I know that I could go on talking for a long time, but it's interesting thinking back. I'd have this message for anybody that ever had a part in the business. It's interesting thinking back to starting the business, leaving my job in 2001 and starting with 4 independent contractors out of a Starbucks on Lane Avenue, all the way to building an entity as large as ours. And I really wish all my employees much happiness and success in the future. I still continue to send all of you happy birthday message, and the majority of you have enjoyed that. I know some of you found it a little odd, but I sincerely care, or I wouldn't take the time to do it. As in the email that I mentioned to all of you, if any of you need any advice or mentoring, it's something I'm happy to do. I look forward to watching you guys progress. On another note, as far as why I may have sold the business, because I know that people wonder that to this day, one thing I told myself, and I thought long and hard about it, is if I felt like I had taken the business to a plateau and I didn't feel like I could continue to advance it, I didn't want to hold back not only myself, but all of you. And I know that can sound a little self-serving, but it's sincere. We hit a point, and you guys know that, we were growing and growing, and then we've been plateaued and even closed a handful of stores over the last year. And I told myself, if we hit that plateau and I didn't see a way to necessarily adjust for it, that I would eventually step down. And I felt it was the right time for my family and for all of you for me to do that. I know some of you, and I do respect this, and you're younger in your lifespan, you may look at it and say, that it was purely a money move. Of course, money was some part of it. It was time for me to secure my future for my family. And I certainly hope for those of you that spent time with me and worked around the organization that you feel I deserve to do that finally at this point in my life.
Shawn, congratulations on this great new move, and what an exciting milestone we're at right now. So what does this mean with this transition for Inspire Happiness?
Well, one of the great things I'm excited about is my wife and I have talked for a while about eventually putting ourselves in a spot where we can have the Cunix Foundation, which will feed into the whole Inspire Happiness mantra. Over the next few years, that'll be something that we are diligently working on, is setting up that foundation and making sure that we can have something that continuously gives back and sets an example for our kids and leaves a legacy for our family.
As a very, very savvy business entrepreneur, can you share with us some of your future business plans?
Well, for those of you that know me, you know I'm very passionate about people, and I'm very passionate about cars. And in the near future, I plan to get involved in that business in a much larger way. And I look forward to being able to serve Central Ohio and the surrounding parts.
Shawn, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and we cannot wait to speak to you in 6 months and find out about your new ventures. Thank you.
Thank you.